Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Unknown Hobo. As always, I'm your host, forever confused, Marlon. And PSA, or if you didn't know, or maybe you didn't know, this what am I talking about? All right, so listen, homies. Apparently there's 7 stages of grief. Now, normal people talk about 5, but apparently there are 7. So what I'm going to do is after I cover these initial 5, which we're on, this episode is about depression, we're going to hit up on the other 2 least commonly spoken about ones later on. So wherever you're listening to this, please make sure you follow. If you're on YouTube or anywhere else that I can make playlists, I'll be having everything in a playlist. So you probably are just going to be move along with your day. So let's hit up on this topic, which today is the commonly known 4th stage of grief, which is depression. Now, the thing with depression is everyone handles it a little bit differently, which is, of course, how this whole thing goes on. And depression could be a few different things. So depression as a whole is the 4th stage of grief, and it often is going to include a lot of things such as sadness, regret, fear, uncertainty, loneliness, and loss of interest, or anything you kind of really expect that goes in line with being depressed. How you handle your depression is a big thing. Now, we're not talking about clinical depression, which I'm going to be making episodes about everyone self-diagnosing themselves at a future time, because that's a whole nother scenario. But in this situation, you just feel extremely sad about whatever it may be. And the situation we've been using so far has been gym life, maybe got passed up on a promotion, maybe a breakup happened, maybe someone passed away, whatever it may be. And you're extremely sad about it. Now, the thing about all these stages of grief, which I tell you at the beginning of all these, is it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a secular thing. So you're going to jump around from stages to stages. But what I would definitely say for you in your depression stage is, people would say just go through the feelings and then it'll kind of work itself out, which doesn't really work. But if you're someone that just kind of like sits there and be over dramatic or whatever it may be, however you might deal with this as a whole, you might sit there for way too long. So here is what I would say if you're going through depression as a whole. Yeah, go through depression, no problem. But try to go along your everyday life. Don't go around and think, well, I'm sad. This is going on to me. There's no reason for me to do this, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, like, no matter what, you have responsibilities in life and you need to kind of do them. And which, of course, you might end up failing to some extent. But at least if you try to move along with your day and do what is needed to be done while dealing with your depression or your sadness or whatever it is you're going through at that moment. Because at the end of the day, this is one of those weird things where it'll ruin you to some extent, like gym life, for example. And I'll use that. Let's say if you get really depressed, you stop going to the gym for whatever reason it may be. You stop going to the gym. You stop doing whatever you need to. Then you fall behind. And then you feel worse that you didn't do what you need to do. Then you fall even further behind. It's like an endless cycle. So right at the beginning, the second you realize like, oh, I'm falling off, try to do something. The faster you start moving, you start feeling better. And even if it's been a while and you're starting back now, at least take that baby step. That's a big accomplishment. But don't make excuses, no matter how intense it is or what. Don't make excuses. Don't say it's okay because no, it's not. Don't give yourself an excuse, like in the sense of give yourself an excuse to completely just not try anymore or to not try to improve yourself anymore, because you can just be honest with yourself and say, hey, you know what? I just don't want to do it. At least you're honest with yourself. I don't want to try anymore. At least you're honest with yourself. But don't make an excuse for yourself, because that's what a lot of people do. Well, it's because I have this, I can't do this. It's because this is going okay. Which of course there's like actual like things that can stop people. But a lot of people nowadays just look for the easy out to blame something else. And because it's easy. But then again, self-improvement, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Which not everyone does it, but that's all I'm gonna leave it at. If you do feel like you're very depressed, go get some therapy. That's my one big thing for you. A lot of times you can, which I wish I was sponsored in all honesty, but I'm not, but something like BetterHelp. You can actually go to BetterHelp and pay, I think it's like $50 or $10 or something like that, and get like a session through BetterHelp. And if that's a little bit too expensive, you can always, which I didn't know this because some insurance cover it, some insurance don't. If you are working, look through your insurance and see if you can get some way to get in contact with a therapist or something along those lines. And your job has, sometimes they have like coaching, which you have like not really someone in HR, but they have like a team of people that might help you with life events or whatever it is. Kind of like how if they have like let's say if your house burned down and your company has like a section to help people if stuff like that happens, they have people they can kind of talk to help navigate whatever experience you're going through. But you don't really need to go to church. You probably shouldn't talk to your friend that has that bad decision making choices, whatever it may be. But like, there's always some sort of path, and I would definitely recommend, if you're in a state where you feel depressed, no matter what I can tell you, go see someone. It's $50. Even if you don't have $50 right now, save $10 every month. If you can't, save $10 a week. If you can't save $10 every month, save $5 then. Go do Uber. If you can't do Uber, I don't know, sell feet on feet finders. And that sounds like me making a joke, but at the end of the day, like, do something so you can get an outside point of view and help you kind of like navigate this realm if you don't really have a good support system around you. But that's all I'm really going to say as far as on this topic. Below, let me know or wherever you're listening to this, let me know, comment or whatever it is, or even just message me. Let me know what you've done and what's the situation you're dealing with that you were depressed about as far as the stages of grief, and what you've done that's helped you. And my goal is other people see these comments and see these messages, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm going through something similar. This is how they dealt with it. Let me try. Because at the end of the day, we're individuals, but in the grand scheme of things, we have so many things in common. And a lot of the same situations that happen to people happens to a lot of us. It might be slightly different, but their solution will work for majority of us. Same thing like Advil. A lot of us have headaches. Some people have extreme migraines. Advil will help a lot of us. And then when Advil doesn't work for the bunch, then you can deal with migraines because they're a little bit more, they're a little bit more intense. Kind of treat it like that. So comment, let's help some people out. Besides that, you guys have a good day. Beep boop.